And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 125 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, back on the ones and twos at the studio. JoJo, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, man, it's good to see you because I vaguely remembered what you look like. I spent a little time with you last week and see you in the last 3 months. So it's good to be back in the saddle. And then we're rolling, man. Today's the day. Titans have their press conference happening now. And football's here, so we're good to go on the field tomorrow. And everybody's reported to camp. College is next week. As Dr. Crane and I spoke yesterday, man, we did the theme for Chariots of Fire.
I'm glad you guys are speaking.
Underneath our little, what do you call it, soliloquy? No.
Soliloquy?
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Look at you with that FRA.
I learned that at middle.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're good. It's here. We're good to go. And it's a fantastic time of year, man.
It is. It's nice that the Titans are reporting, and we will. Before you ask and yell at us, specifically me, we are not allowed to air the press conferences live, so we will get some clips and all of that after it's done and bring that to you. But so
right.
we'll read some updates as we go along from the fine folks that are over there. We are all the way out in White House, Tennessee today, here in Robertson County, at the All Seasons Sports Grill. You can come see us at 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway in White House. They have cold drinks, hot food, all the games on the big screens. We've walked around this place. An awesome place to come watch games.
Really cool.
This Saturday on Saturdays and Sundays this fall. They got all the TVs going, and we're excited to try the food.
I pulled the park. It's packed. I'm like, what? People at lunch on a hot Tuesday, and the place is packed, and there's a nice crowd here, so it's fun. We're always very appreciative of getting out and doing this. Shout out to our main man, Lance, for making things happen, and he's the best, man. Lance is the best. Account rep? Is that what we call you, account rep? Good dude? Best around. So we're really excited to be here in White House today, and always fun to be on location, and today's going to be no different than anything else. Now, listen, I need somebody at the press conference today to ask my question. I need it.
Okay, so this was discussed on Next Man Up.
Thank you.
And they have basically tasked Parker Kelly.
He won't do it
with this. Well, I'm going to be. If he doesn't, I'm
going
to be forced to do something I don't want to have to do.
So Parker was next to me last year.
That is pointing at it.
So the question is, last year I asked Borgonzi, I asked every coach, GM this. I said, the team you put on the field tomorrow can this football team win the Super Bowl? And listen, the ultimate goal of the NFL is to win the Super Bowl, not get to the playoffs, not have winning record. The goal is to win the Super Bowl. That's the goal. And I think we lose sight of that all too often. So the question is, the team you put on the field tomorrow, can it win the Super Bowl? Parker was next to me last year, and I asked a question. And you can feel him like, kind of cringe a little bit. And our friend Andrew loved the question. He's like, damn, I wish I'd asked that question.
It went viral.
It wasn't that's not my intention.
Yeah.
But Brinker gave, we got a lot of work to do. And so now it's been prepped. If somebody asked me that, now the question is, hell yeah, we're going to win it. But we got a long way to go. We got a lot of work, but we need our fans to ride with us. We need you on the bus with us. We need you to fight with us. We're going to fight with you and support us, and we'll get there. That's the answer. That answer makes me run through a wall. The answer of, there's injuries, a lot of things happen. That doesn't do anything for me. So I need to hear today that they're fired up, they're good to go, they're confident, they're determined. That's what I need. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And look, I think I was thinking about this when they were talking about it of, if I was there, Joe asked the question, I think the follow-up would be, what steps does this roster need to take to get closer to that goal? And that, to me, should be the mindset that they're all thinking about. Do I think this roster is good enough to win the Super Bowl? No, I don't. But I do think this roster is vastly improved from last year.
Sure.
And so what changes need to be made? I think the litmus test is always, okay, how close are you to the Patriots? How close are you to the Seahawks? How close are to the teams that were in the playoffs last year? There's some people already predicting they're going to only win 3 games again this year. I think that's asinine and that's clickbait.
Yeah,
but
they're not.
I think they're better now. Do I think they're going to win 10? No. I think 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there is probably realistic.
Here's my question. This is not the question of the day. But this is a question.
Teresa started with it. Parker said Teresa Walker asked the question.
Can this team win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Juju. Making waves up in White House. Oh, that's great, man. All right, well, good then.
Good for Teresa, who put on her Twitter that this is her last training camp.
Right.
She's going to retire after the season,
Good.
but that is fantastic.
All right, I like it.
Good for Teresa Walker.
Out of the gate. Love it. Love the question.
We love it. We love the question.
We'll play that. We'll have that sound when it's over. Here's my question for you. Not the question of the day, but a question. Would you rather have an average offense or a badass defense? Or a badass offense, average defense? What would you like to have? Average offense, incredible defense, or incredible offense, average defense? What would you rather have?
Defense wins championships.
Give me a strong defense all day. I think the Titans might have a strong defense.
Okay, Parker, who is at the press conference, said she mentioned Joe's question from last year and how we all laughed about it and then asked it.
Oh, okay. So now she finds me funny like a clown?
Yeah.
Do I amuse you? Right? That's fine. As long as she gets my name correct and 102.5 the game correct, I'm good.
Yeah.
I am good to go.
That is awesome that was asked.
Did he give a response yet? Was that
I'm trying to find it.
Okay, to Borgonzi and Robert Saleh. All right, well done.
Yeah, I'm trying to let's see. I don't think it's been
Sorry, we'll get to it
yet.
All right. So I
will need that when we're legally allowed to play the clip. We're going to need that. And yeah.
So I think the Titans are going to have an average offense, but I think they're going to have a really good, aggressive, attacking defense. I'm a 3-4 guy, but they're going 4-3. I like that. Okay, not as good as a 3-4, but I understand that with the players you got to all that stuff. I think they're going to have a very good defense. That's just my feeling this year.
Amani Hooker will be taken off the PUP list today. J.C. Latham will start camp on the PUP with a pec strain. He's day-to-day per Mike Borgonzi.
Pec strain.
So that's where they're at on that. And by the way, I'm trying to a lot happening right here.
Efforting.
According to reports, Jeffrey Simmons is no longer the highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football League. Jalen Carter is signing a 4-year, $152 million extension worth up to $160 million, including $106 million guaranteed. He is now the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history.
Good for him. Is that the guy from Georgia that spit on the Cowboy player last year?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So he now surpasses Jeffrey Simmons. So he's at $38 million. Jeffrey's at 35.2. Chris Jones at 31.75. Dexter Lawrence at 28, and Milton Williams at 26.
Good. Love it. Good for him. Make all the money you can get.
So Jeffrey Simmons was the highest paid DT for about 3 weeks.
You think Jeffrey Simmons cares?
Nope.
Exactly.
And if he does, then I got problems.
Right.
But I don't think he cares.
No, not at all. So that's good for him, man. Get all the money you can, as much as you can. Earned it. I mean, he earned it. Good for him. Good for Jalen Carter.
First quote I see from Mike Borgonzi is from our buddy Jim Wyatt. Quote, "You can feel the energy in the building." That's great.
Yeah, that is really good. I like that.
Yeah, so trying to find some of these quotes and being able to
We'll play them. We'll get to them. That's fine. All that. But let's get back. You want a defense, right? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Crane, what's your thoughts on this?
I think it's great overall for just the season. That there is a lot of energy in the room. I feel it.
No, Goofy. The question about the offense and defense.
I didn't hear that earlier. I was clipping something. Go ahead.
All right. Would you rather have an incredible offense, average defense, or average offense, incredible defense?
Average offense, incredible defense.
And why?
Because defense wins championships. That's a cliche, but honestly, there are.
It's true though.
Yes, there are more important pieces on the defense than there are on the offense. Because if your defense gets off the field in the 3 and out, more opportunities for your mediocre offense to score points.
I think from the game and watching and playing, when your defense is dominating the field, it fires everybody up. When you throw an 80-yard touchdown pass, you get excited. But if you know, like, oh, God, they're going to come back and score on us, it takes a little bit of excitement away. But if you know your defense is just hawking dudes, and I go back to the 07, 08 Titans defense, how they physically beat the snot out of almost every team they faced in those 2 years, it was something to see, man. It was an amazing thing to see. So if they can get back to that, I think Saleh wants to get back to that aggressive pounding deep. And that's why the whole thing about limiting
What do you
Jeffrey
say,
Simmons
fast
snaps.
and violent?
Fast and violent. Hell, son, football's a violent sport. Kissing your girlfriend's a contact sport.
Yeah.
Heard that 1,000 times in my life.
Well, and here's the other thing, too. In 1999, they don't go to the Super Bowl without that defense. They don't go to the Super Bowl without Javon Curse.
Not at all.
So, I mean, nothing against the offense. And look, the offense was much better in 2000. You know, we've seen it time and time again. But you have to have a stifling defense. And I think the defensive line is going to be pretty good for this team. It's beyond that I'm concerned about.
Yeah, sure. We have to be with all that. But 3 wins? Nah, man. Every year a team exceeds everything and wins their division. Every year. It's worst to first. Why can't it be the Titans this year? Why not?
Mike Borgonzi said he's pleased with how the Titans have built around Cam Ward, but he hinted at more coming along the offensive line. Robert Saleh agreed about what they built, but also added the second-year guys like Gunnar Helm, Alec Iomanner, and Chim DK will, obviously take steps forward.
Have we got a response to the question from Teresa?
Not yet. Okay. I'm sure we can't play it till the press conference is over, but I'm sure they have the clip.
But nobody tweeted it out. I mean, those guys, all they do is tweet out things.
As soon as it's over, we're playing the clip.
Good. The ghost of JoJo reigns over at whatever the place is called now.
Vanderbilt Health Park.
I almost called it Vanderbilt Sports Network.
Yeah. Robert Saleh says we're going to find out a lot more about this team the team and players in camp. Joint practice will tell us a lot. This will be a strenuous training camp for guys.
Oh,
and I don't feel like they've had that the last
it.
few years.
No, they haven't.
I even think Vrabel got soft on them. Like, not playing starters in the preseason to me was just stupid.
Yeah, right?
It's a violent sport. Saleh says, handling guys with injuries. If you feel like you're capable of playing on game day, you should be practicing. Thank you. I love this guy already.
Yeah, right. I mentioned the daycare days are gone. And that's not from Chase and myself saying that. That's a former NFL head coach who said that to Chase and me.
Yep. The
daycare days are gone from Titan. And I said this today when I did the Fox 17 name drop this morning. And guys love to be coached hard. Every player that wants to get to a different level loves to be coached very, very hard and yelled at and everything else. As long as I know my coach cares about me deep down and he's pushing me to get to another level, I love it. And I think Saleh is that way. No more of this, hey, how are we feeling today? You okay? No. You get out there and practice and play, man. This is a man's game. Do this. So, I'm big on Saleh, and don't bring what happened. I hate the Jets. He was 20-36.
Well, we can talk about. I mean,
that owner's terrible.
You got a former player in Plexico Burris, and say what you want about him. Basically, comparing playing for the Jets to being in prison.
He'd know.
I mean, he was in both, and he said when he walked into prison, he felt like a loser, and he felt like that every day walking into the Jets. So
pretty telling, right?
What does that tell you? What's our question today?
All right, so we did this every training camp. We did the last 2 years. I've looked up for this, and it's always fun to put this in because you got guys on the roster. You know somebody who played with that guy or where they went. Who's the greatest athlete from your high school? We do this every training camp. Who's the greatest athlete from your high school? 615-737-1025. Now, there's different variations to this. It could be a guy you dealt with every day who didn't play college or pro, or it could be a guy that played in high school, college, or pro, and you saw him and you play. And doesn't have to have played with you or gone to school with you at the same time, but gone to your school. Like at McGavick.
Had to go to the school?
Yeah. Like Charles Davis went to McGavick High School. Won a state championship at McGavick, great player at Vanderbilt basketball, played in the NBA, played with Jordan and the Bulls. That's the greatest athlete I think's ever come out of McGavock High School.
So I'm gonna. This is the first name that comes to mind.
Okay.
I was on my way out when she started playing, but there was a girl named Derica Wyatt that played basketball. She ends up going to Oklahoma.
Nice.
Was fantastic. One of the best players I've ever had.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great answer. That's a good one.
So that's the first one that comes to mind.
Dr. Crane, Father Ryan.
I mean, one player I actually played with, Jawan Williams. I mean, he went to Vanderbilt, ended up going to get drafted by the New England Patriots. Now he works in some capacity with the NFL. But for the time when I played, that's who was really notable. Some other ones that come to mind, I mean, you could mention Lou Graham, golfer. But
heck yeah, you could. May you rest in peace.
Indeed, at the age of 88, I believe. Let's see, some other ones that come to mind. Yeah, nothing's really coming to the brain right now, but I'm sure there are a handful more.
Okay, we'll get it there.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. You can answer our question of the day by calling or texting on that. We'll have more updates on the Titans as well. We're live today at All Seasons Sports Grill, located here in White House, Tennessee, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway. Come by and say hello. Got a nice lunch crowd in right now and get you some food as well. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Joe, 1025, the game here on this Tuesday. Live at All Seasons Sports Grill here in White House, Tennessee, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway. And we just, one thing, Joe, that we've talked about time and time again, there's so many people moving to our area each and every day. We just met one of them, David, who just moved here from Denver. He's found us on the radio, said he wanted to come by and say hello. He's a Broncos fan and starting to pay attention to the Titans now that training camp is open. So
going to convert him a little bit.
So if you have just moved to Nashville and you have found us, thank you for finding us. We're 1025 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. We're on every day from noon to 3 here on the show on this station. So welcome.
The responses are rolling in. Nick, you'll like this one. Pat says, the best athlete ever played with, Charlie Becker, or went to school with.
There you go. Little Ryan connection there.
After he gets fourth in the Heisman vote this year and gets drafted 18th overall by the Titans. Charlie, they're not drafting a receiver next year, but who knows?
If they are, then.
Yeah, right.
All
right, so Chad on the text line says, here's what Borgonzi said to the question about the Super Bowl. We're just looking forward to tomorrow's practice. We feel good about the guys they have, but acknowledge that we have a lot of work to do. Chad says Borgonzi was way more ready this time for the question.
He knew it was coming. He knew somebody was going to ask it.
Another one, James says, Rich Froning, former CrossFit fittest man on earth, Cookeville High School. I will attest to that I did a story with Rich Froning one time, and it's amazing. He was Reebok's Man of the Year like 5 years in a row. That is a great answer, James, so thank you. Cookeville High School, Cookeville Cavaliers.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm responding to something.
That's all right, man. I'll keep reading. The question of the day is the best athlete you went to high school with or went to your high school, not really have to play with them or not. 0178, Dwayne Dotson, Hendersonville High School, UT Vols, and he went to Ole Miss, played the Dallas Cowboys. Dwayne Dotson was a force back in the day, doing all that. 1993. Thank you, Chase. We can't air the press conference, so thank you for doing that. And that.
We cannot air it. We're not the flagship. I can't control what happens across the street. We're told we can't air it. So,
yes.
Okay. We apologize, but that's how it is.
Yeah, so that's our question of the day. What's the best athlete went to your high school? Let us know. 615-737-1025, a lot of them. Another one came in. Doug says, Sonny Gray, Smyrna High School, class of 2008. Sonny Gray was one bad dude back in high school pitching, and he is having an amazing year with the Red Sox. Dr. Crane, you're our baseball guy, right?
Yes, sir. I believe he has over double-digit wins, 10 wins, 12 wins, something like that, with 3 losses. So he's been doing really well for Boston.
I watched him pitch a few weeks ago. I mean, those pitchers light in the dirt, and everybody's swinging at him. It's crazy, man.
He's just really good with this breaking ball. That's what makes him a special player.
Thanks, pal.
That's great analysis.
Is it not?
It's Dr. Crane.
All right, getting it done.
Quick
there.
to the point.
Quick to the point. No cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Is that right? I think how that song goes. We got another one here. Terrell says Jalen Ramsey, Brentwood Academy, class of 2013. He was a bad dude in high school. Then he went to FSU, won a national championship, and then ended up going to the where did he get drafted? The Jags. Then he went to the Rams. Then he went to the Dolphins, and now he's with the Steelers, I think. He made his way around.
Let's go to the phones on our question of the day. Jeff is first up. Jeff, what you got?
I'm from Clarksville. I went to Clarksville High School. I graduated in 87, but Harry Galbraith graduated in 83.
Yeah.
He went on to be a second-team All-American at UT, and then I think drafted by the Dolphins, spent some time with the Packers, and I think he finished his career with the Jets.
He was an amazing – rest in peace, too, man. He was a great athlete, and that's a great answer. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Harry Galbraith was amazing in Knoxville, then went to the I think he played the Packers in the NFL for a while, and he passed away. He's a guy we all looked up to in the mid 80s because he was just would mow people down, would pancake guys left and right. So great answer, Jeff. Thank you.
Doc wants to weigh in. Doc, what up? What's up, Doc? Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
In high school, I used to pitch to Butch Waniger.
Butch Waniger?
Yeah, he went on to play with Minnesota Twins, New York Yankees, bunch of teams.
I mean, where did you grow up?
Red Lion, Pennsylvania.
Ah, there he is. Butch Waniger, is that it?
Butch Waniger.
Got him. Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, any guy who makes it to the major leagues is a pretty good athlete. So there you go, Doc. Thank you, buddy, for letting us know about that.
Yeah, I live in Nashville now.
Welcome, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. We appreciate it.
He played 18 seasons. Is that the same Doc from Field of Dreams, maybe?
I don't know. Let's squeeze in a few more before we get to Derek Mason. Richard wants to weigh in. What's up, Richard?
I just wanted to say E.J. Jr. was the most famous I went to school with in 1977. Two-time All-American from Alabama. Played several Pro Bowls for the St. Louis Cardinals. Also, Sonny Gray this year is 13-2 with 2.7 ERA.
I love it.
A long time.
Yeah, okay, wait. Give me EJ's high school. Give the shout out to
Maplewood High School.
There you go. Yeah, thanks. Great call. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
EJ's one bad dude.
And John, what you got on our question of the day?
Our best one from Huntington High School was Hunter Inslee. I think y'all remember the catches he made in the World Series and the flight he made. And we also had a guy by the name of Tim Priest. He was the voice of the ball for like 20 years.
Oh, nice. Hunter Inslee. Yeah,
Very
thank
nice.
you.
Thank you, John. Borgonzi was asked about Peter Skoronski. They hope to get a long-term deal done. He also said Cam Ward is a starting quarterback, but will give Mitch Trubisky and Will Levis every opportunity behind him. So,
all right, good.
There you go. The Will Levis question was certainly brought up. Coming up next, there's a big event tonight as the Blue Raiders get ready to start their season. Coach Derek Mason of MTSU going to join us next. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Excited to be out here in White House, Tennessee at the all-season sports grill at 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway here in White House. But in Murfreesboro, they're getting ready for another season. We say hello to our friend, the head coach of the Blue Raiders, Derek Mason, who is on the line with us. Coach, how the heck are you?
I'm good. It's that time of year. It's kickoff time.
You ready? You got the I feel the energy. I hear it. I think you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, it's been time, right? I know we've had a couple of seasons where this group is in our estimation underperformed, but the reality is this team is forward facing. It's got a new face at quarterback. It's got a different feel and look to it. Coming out of spring. And really what we know right now is that, everybody's starting from the same starting block. We may be in lane one looking at everybody else, man, but we get a chance to run the same race. So excited.
Tonight, the Blue Raider Blitz will be at Fat Bottom Brewing Company at 844th Avenue from 5:30 to 7:30. This is a cool event that you all do every year where it's an opportunity to meet coaches, meet the student athletes, and for you all to get in front of Blue Raider Nation. So I know you have to be excited about that.
I am. I truly am, right? Man, we're coming off of media days and a good work summer. I mean, this is our guys' last week, before we go to camp, and it's just been good. The energy's good. The depth and breadth of this team, looks different. It feels different. Not just because it's a new college football season, but because it brings about opportunities for us, man, that are all encompassing. So this group is ready to kick off, man. We got some guys coming tonight. You'll see Roman there. You'll see Reese Tripp there. You'll get a chance to see, Corey will be there tonight. And we got a couple other guys, man, to show up for us, man, as we sit down and talk all things Blue Raider football.
My man, Coach, good to hear from you. Did you have a good summer?
Hey, Joe, man. Look, the summer was fast, quick. Had a chance to go to Italy for a wedding for about 5 days. That travel was different, but let me tell you, I am as excited about this season as I am any other. It's year 3. And year 3's have been good for me. So, yeah, I'm ready to kick this thing off.
I love it. Let me ask you about Roman Gagliano. Nick was such a great leader, such a great quarterback. But, Coach, Roman got some game reps last year at Western Kentucky. I mean, he was fantastic. How is that going to help him, Coach, being that this is his team now, but having some of those starts last year under his belt?
Well, I think Roman has had a chance to watch, right? Roman was my first signee here at MTSU. When I got here, and I'm excited for him because he's waited his turn. He sat behind a really good quarterback and learned, what it takes to be able to run a huddle, what it takes to be able to get in-game experience. And he was a guy who wasn't specifically a great practice player, but what you saw in games was him make good decisions. For a young man to throw 7 TDs and have no interceptions. He took care of the football. And I think that was part of, our success and definitely keyed his rise as a quarterback for the Blue Raiders. And I know everybody's excited about what he's done, but the work that he's put in during the offseason, he's a better leader coming back from the Manning Academy than he was before he went. And so I'm just seeing the maturation of a young man who's waited his turn, and now ready to take hold of what the reins of this football team needs and where, Blue Raider faithful should be excited because this dude can flat out play.
Oh, I love it. We're talking to Coach Derek Mason again. The Blue Raider Blitz tonight stops at Fat Bottom Brewing. That's in the Nations, 5:30 to 7:30. Looking forward to seeing you out there tonight, Coach. With the new season, everybody's 0-0. Everybody's feeling good. What's the one thing, Coach, that you really feel good about this football team in 2026?
I feel good about the overall depth. I mean, it's what's behind Roman. It's what this offensive front, this rebuilt front under Coach Brown and the offense itself under Coach Selfo, what it's been able to do. We took huge strides in spring, and anybody that had a chance to come out and watch, I mean, it was a physical offensive line group, and I think anytime you have a physical offensive line, it bodes well for your team because it makes everybody else around you physical. And that's what's needed. I mean, we have to be able to run the football, not only when we have to, but when we want to. And I think that was a huge mantra, like everything off August 5th as we get ready to take the field.
Derek Mason is with us, head coach of the MTSU Blue Raiders. Joe started the show by asking me, would you rather have an average good offense and a stifling defense, or the other way around? You're a defensive-minded coach. Why is having that shut-down defense that starts with the guys up front so important?
Well, it sets tempo for how you want to play. We want to be a physical team, and teams that have been around have been physical. You know, we haven't quite had the depth, and we've had injuries like everybody else. And I think through the sort of attrition, we really haven't been able to show, in our best game. I thought there were, spots and moments. We had some good games. A great first half versus Wisconsin a year ago. Jack State, Delaware. I looked at the game at Kennesaw and I thought we played, poor early, man, but we played, shutout defense for 3 quarters. This group's got to be able to put together 4 quarters of good football. And that's something that's been, gnawing at us, man, because you don't get a chance to escape it until you change it. And I think this group with the depth, I mean, it has guys like, Corey Smith and Reggie Johnson, Jason Hardy, at the helm. But the reality is, man, we haven't played a game yet. So nobody knows what they are, but we definitely feel the energy that these guys post every day, and the level of accountability has just been tremendous. So I think this group is ready to take the next step. And believe me, in my mind, I'm comparing it to the groups that I've coached before at other places. And we have to be able to hit some of those benchmarks. Got to be good on third down. Got to be good in red zone. And we have to play awesome special teams, and most of those guys are defensive guys. So we're going to have to go to the well early and often, and, we're going to have to do it with depth. So the reality is this roster was built for it. It's better. And now we get the opportunity to get out there and start, sharpening the skills before we start climbing the mountain. So I'm looking forward to it.
You just said something really interesting, and that is nobody knows what they are. And that is very, very true going into a season. But how do you take the balance of somebody coming in that, may have that confidence that they think they know what they are, and put that, focus on that, and then help them ultimately achieve that where they can be the best they can be. And when they walked on that field on game one, they know they're the best.
Well, I think this, right? I think history, sometimes, it can be a great teacher for us. We played Austin Peay a year ago, and that was a wake-up call, for all of us. I mean, and that was a good football team. They came in, and, those guys are on scholarship too. But I think the reality, of it was for everybody. You've got to play, in the games when they kick off, okay, until the horn blows. And I think this group, whether it's been set with practices, this camp allows us an opportunity, man, to get to a base camp. This place where the fundamentals of what we do, how we do it, how we walk on the field, how we start games, how we look to finish games. I'm like, that's in front of us. So we get to be forward facing like this group, and everybody starting from the same spot. You don't know who you are. So the thing you have to do is when I say climb the mountain, you don't climb the mountain like in one day, man. You climb it in stages. We get this stage in camp to solidify, our DNA. What is our identity? Okay, is it physicality? Is it consistency? Is it chemistry? Is it confidence? All those things need to be a part of the makeup of this football team as we head into 2026. And again, we get camp because these guys are in shape. That's what summer is for. When we go to camp, it's all ball. So, man, we're going to get to the hitting and the tackling and all the other things, man, that manifest itself as you work through a camp, and then get ready to play Murray State on September 5th.
I love it, Coach. I know you did some really good work in the portal. I'm not going to ask you to name guys because you got some good guys coming there for the portal. So I'm with you. It's great to hear your voice. I look forward to seeing you tonight, Coach, and really excited about what you're doing down there and getting everybody fired up, Coach. So I look forward to seeing you tonight. We appreciate you coming on, Coach.
Thank you. Hey, Chase, Big Joe, just remember this. We borough built, middle made. Let's go get it.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
That is Derek Mason, head coach of the Blue Raiders. And again, tonight, going to be a really cool event out there at Fat Bottom, which is a cool place out in the Nations if you've never been to it. So go check that out. Coming up next, the press conference is done. We will hear the question that Teresa Walker asked, plus some others. I've been reading some quotes. I'm ready to go play for Robert Saleh. We will do that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. We're live at All Season Sports Grill here in White House, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway in White House. cold drinks, hot food, all the games on the big screen. So this is, if you live out in this area, this is where you need to be on Saturdays and Sundays this fall.
Absolutely. There we go. It helps when you put on the right headset.
Yeah.
Well done. My bad.
I had a mild heart attack thinking like what just
right.
went on,
Oh, we're good to go. Now I'm excited for what's coming next.
Oh, here we go. So we have been told that your question was brought up and asked by the legend, Teresa Walker, who also announced this is her last season. She's retiring. Well deserved. So without further ado, Dr. Crane, let's hear it.
Well, with that, Mike, a year ago at this reporting news conference, you all were kind of asked about the state of the roster and competing for a Super Bowl, and it kind of became a joke with the way the season went. This year, with all the additions to the roster, the new coaching staff, all the changes that have been made, this is the NFL where teams can go from worst to first. What do you think of this team's chances as camp starts today?
You know, Teresa, we're so far away. I mean, we're just worried about having a good day tomorrow at practice. And when you have all these new faces in here, you know, we started to lay the foundation, I think, in OTAs. And so, you know, we feel good about the guys that we do have here, but we got a lot of work to do.
So there you go. Teresa Walker sets it up, and that's the answer. But before I get I can see the look on your face before I get your thoughts. He was ready for that. And I do appreciate the honesty of saying we're far away, because you are, but you obviously had an issue with that.
That's a corporate world answer. It's garbage. I want to hear, hell yeah, we're going to get out there. Give me a football answer. Give me the Rocky answer. Don't give me one that the vice president.
But don't tell me something that isn't true.
No, it's not. Are you going to fight? You're going to fight this year?
Yeah.
You're going to get out there and bust your ass in practice? Tell me. I need to hear that. Those are not lies. Look, okay, we got a long way to go. We know that. We're going to fight every day. And damn right our goal is the Super Bowl. Tell me that. Get me fired up to run through that proverbial wall. Don't give me the corporate answer anymore. Nobody wants to hear that. We spent 2 years with an awful head coach who had no idea what he was doing, motivated no one. Now you got a guy in there who's ready to go. I want Saleh would answer that. It's like, hell yeah, we're Super Bowl bound. Now we're going to work our tail off. We need you to hop on the bus with us. We're going to do this all together. That's what I want to hear. That's the football answer.
I mean, I just think you can't. I agree with you that you don't need to give the corporate answer, and I don't think that's necessarily what he was trying to do. But I also think he wanted to be honest, and that they're not good enough yet, and that does take time. And you know, he should have said that. But I agree. You know, that's where I would have maybe hear from Saleh, where Saleh's like, yeah, but we're going to bust our ass every day. Yeah, we're going to come in here and fight.
That's it.
You know, he has. I don't know if Dr. Green's sifting through all this. I don't know if he's.
Why don't he just say, look, we're one of 32 teams that have a shot to win the Super Bowl, or we're going to fight like hell every day out there and get it done and see what we can do. But bring the fans with you. We want everybody to hop on board. If my coach tells me, well, I don't know, I mean, we might win 5 games. I mean, I don't want to hear that, right? I mean, but don't, blow smoke at us. I get all that stuff. But give me the answer, man. Give me something fired up. Give me that Rocky-esque answer that gives us hope and chance. Because, look, every year there's a team that goes from worst to first. Why can't it be the Titans? Why can't it be?
Yeah.
That Rams team in 98 that started 99 with Trent Green, terrible. An accident. He blew his knee out. Kurt Warner comes and they win. Colts, 98-99. Peyton's first year were terrible. Then they improve. Teams improve all the time. Why can it not be the Titans?
The answer to that question, to both questions, is one answer.
Quarterback.
It's Cam Ward.
Yeah.
If Cam Ward is the guy that they hope he is, then I'm not saying they're going to do it this year, but that's going to be the step, to build around him. You have your guy, and then you can get there.
I absolutely. And I'm telling you, man, the one guy we talked about, and Teron Davenport said this, and he said it great last week about who's got to be Cam's best friend, Wan'Dale Robinson. The fact that the Giants let him go, it blows my mind. That dude, he did it at Kentucky. He's done it in the NFL. He, to me, is the X factor for this Titans team in 2026. If him and Cam get on the same page, he becomes Cam's safety valve. I'm telling you, man, this is really good. Really good.
So I saw Tehran tweet out this quote, and I wanted to hear the actual answer from the press conference. Here's Robert Saleh.
Robert, this being the first training camp with this team as kind of the leader, what's the tone that you want to set right out of the gate with these guys?
You know what? You really want to just see a lot of the growth. We've got a lot of new schemes, right? We got a lot of new programs. The strength and conditioning is different. The way we operate day to day is different. So you want to see this group grow and absorb all the information that we're giving them. And you just want to see a group that gets faster and faster and faster as training camp goes and into the season all the way into the end of it. And, I've always said that confidence is always projected in the volume of your voice. And, by the end of training camp, I hope we're loud as that just tells you that we're confident and we know what we're doing. So the objective is to teach the best we can, to educate the best we can. And the challenge for our players is to absorb the information the best they can and build a confidence that gets them ready for week one.
Do you like that?
That is, we're going to bust your ass for the next month in camp. Be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Yeah. And I mean, he said that.
Yeah.
He also, Terry McCormick said, I'm a completely different coach from my first year till now.
Exactly, he is. Not a fan of the language, though, but we'll work on that.
No. But, I mean, it's true. Like, that's what you're going for. I mean, and
right.
I don't like getting caught up in quotes and cliches, but I love, like, be loud as you know what. I love fast and violent. Like, that's what you want to play like.
It's football, man.
This is how this team needs to be. I mean, I think there were times where, whether it was true or it wasn't, the perception was they were soft, and nobody wants to hear that, and no pro player wants to be told that. But perception sometimes becomes reality.
Yeah,
the perception with this football team right now, they're not soft.
No, and look, and I'm not one of those reporters always default to, did he win the press conference? I don't care. You don't win press conferences. I don't care, all that nonsense. But listen, if that's the tone he wants to set, I'm all about it. Get to work, fight like hell, and win games. And everybody pushes the same way. You push forward. You keep going. You pull the same way. You establish that. And again, that old line is, it's amazing how many things can get accomplished when nobody wants to take credit, right? So that's that always famous Zig Ziglar line of, everybody's doing this. No one wants credit because everybody gets credit when you win. That's fine. But there's a whole new attitude now. And I am so glad that, Robert, if you're a Titans fan, you got to love this. Now, you got to win games, but it's much better than the jackass they had the last 2 years.
I'll take it a step further. There is an attitude now. I don't think there was an attitude before.
No.
I think this team completely lost its identity or never had one to begin with. Now they're and they don't have it day one.
Right.
But the groundwork has been set for them to have the identity that he wants them to have.
And then we go to Tim Hasselbeck's come up next. Let me ask you before the break. At what moment did you lose faith in Brian Callahan?
When he didn't throw Jeffrey Simmons out of practice.
Right. And one more after that?
That was my moment.
When he didn't know the rule
When
about
he didn't know what a catch was.
what a butt inbounds.
Yeah.
Or is it elbow?
Elbow
Inbounds. He did not know that. Of course, I didn't know it right there either. But when he didn't know that, I was like, this guy has no idea what he's doing.
And the fact that he didn't have anybody on the staff. Like, the head coach doesn't necessarily have to know that right in the moment, but you got to have somebody in your ear going, hey, that's a catch. Challenge that.
Yeah. Right. Don't the Preds have that guy in the video room?
Lawrence Filoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has carte blanche. Like, if he says challenge, go
you
do it.
Listen to him.
Right.
Yeah. 100%. Coming up next, Tim Hasselbeck going to join us from ESPN and Innsworth. We'll get his thoughts on the Titans and all the news around the NFL today. Again, we are live today at All Season Sports Grill here in White House. Hour number two coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 105 The Game. Number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, live in White House, Tennessee, all season sports grill. Coach Hasselbeck is on the field right now, it sounds like.
Okay.
So we're gonna effort maybe another time, and we'll see. But right now, Timmy's hanging out coaching.
In the heat of the day, right? Yeah. Teaching those boys a lesson. Get used to it, man. To go. The NFL, look, you'll like this. NFL.com has the all 25 under list that came out today. There's a Titan player on there.
Okay.
And no, Chase, it's not Mike Sando.
Is it Jeffrey Simmons?
It's under 25.
Oh, under 25. Sorry,
Cedric Gray.
Okay.
Most people weren't watching the Titans last year. I'm getting another spam call here. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Hang up on that. It says most people were watching the Titans last season unless they were tuning in to see the start of quarterback Cam Ward's career. But diehard Tennessee Titans fans will likely appreciate this selection because they understand what their team has in Cedric Gray, a fantastic run-defending linebacker who racked up a bunch of tackles last year, plays sideline to sideline. Basically, it's like this guy's a good get for the Titans. When's the last time we talked about a Titans linebacker, middle linebacker at that?
A while ago.
Yeah, right?
So these are all players under 25.
Under 25.
Can't the quarterback's not on there, or is this just
Drake May?
Oh, Drake May.
It's a starting 22.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So Drake May's the guy that they got on there, but nobody else. Shocker, another Titan.
Who do they have at receiver?
Let me see if they've got returners down here. Flex Cooper DeJean from the Eagles. So your quarterback is under 25, Drake May, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Receivers, Jackson Smith, Najigba, and Tet McMillan from the Panthers.
He's pretty good now.
And you know what's bugging me now? Because Tim said it 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Maybe he said it last week. That a guy the Titans should, we do revisionist history drafts all the time. But the tight end on this list is somebody that should be here in Nashville.
Chig?
Brock Bowers.
Oh, Brock Bowers, yeah.
Yes. That one's going to hurt for a long time because we all knew it. We all knew. And then with J.C. Latham, he's injured again. Hasn't played up to what we thought he'd be of a number 7 pick. But Brock Bowers just continues to turn heads with Vegas and in the NFL. And you knew he was going to be a success. You knew he was going to be a success.
I mean, yeah, because they took Latham instead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, revisionist history that's looking like a terrible decision.
Is that a Rand pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, 23 and 24.
Yeah, but, I mean, granted, you did need a right tackle. So.
Oh, wait, I thought they had left tackle. Thought they told us he was a left tackle.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. You needed a tackle.
I get it. And teams are, just laid with guys who they should have drafted, passed over, on and on and on and on. But that one kind of was like, oh, man, nothing new about it. It's wasted time and breath to think about that. But he just continues to do so well in the NFL. And, man, you move on. Hopefully,
he could be a key to the Raiders' bounce back.
Could
be. If they ever get there. I mean, but we saw him last year.
He did? Well, I mean, could Gunnar Helm step out? We'll find all this stuff out as you go forward. But Saleh talked about the joint practices, how those are the preseason games, we know that's just nonsense. These joint practices are so vital and valuable to your team and development, and it's good. I mean, like Carnell Tate's gone against Alontae Taylor every day now since May and all the camps and everything. Let's see Carnell Tate going against the Niners, Carnell Tate going against the Bears, Carnell Tate going against the Seahawks in his joint practice. Then you'll see where he is in his development and what you need to do with him. That's why I love the joint practice. I love those.
Speaking of Alontae Taylor, I heard Nick and the guys on Next Men Up talking about this. Is there a concern level at all with you that he spent a lot of time playing the nickel with the Saints? Now you're going to move him outside and want him to be your starting number 1 corner.
No, there's probably a little bit of adjustment, I would say there.
I mean, he played outside at Tennessee, didn't he?
He did not. He was a straight cornerback at Tennessee. But you have to still got to cover, whether you're in the slot, the nickel, you got to cover guys that come out of the backfield or come out receivers that run their routes. You still got to cover those. But I like who they got now much better than they had the last couple of years.
Yeah,
and so I really – and what's the Flock. What's his name? The other
Cordell Flock.
Cordell Flock. So I like what they've got there. Look, you had to do something. You had to change this defense somehow, some way, because it was really, really bad. Now you got a good defensive coach who's in there. And look, when Saleh got hired, I was reading all these quotes from defensive players, some I've never heard of, talked about how he helped develop them. And if he could do that with these DBs, it's a win-win, man. It really is.
Who's the guy, Nick, that you're obsessed with that they were giving you a hard time about this morning?
Jackie Marshall, 6th-round pick out of Baylor, on paper has the same stature as Jeffrey Simmons. Again, when you go and draft a guy like Tavondre Sweat, who is out of shape, who's a hole clogger, that's kind of what Jackie Marshall is to me, just in more of a physical tone to where he can actually be productive. That's why I think playing behind a veteran defensive line like this with Jeffrey Simmons, include Jermaine Johnson, not Jackie Marshall, but John Franklin Myers, I think he learns through osmosis and also learns from Aaron Whitecotton as well. I think that those are all genius minds when it comes to the defense in this situation.
Let's see, 37 games, 24 starts, 94 career tackles, 13 for loss, 5 sacks, and 4 seasons at Baylor. And he's listed at 6'2", 293. What do you think of that on that, JoJo?
My thing is, all right, 6th rounder.
Yeah.
Why did he last the 6th round? I mean, I got to know things like that of why, if he's that, the potential there. I mean, but I've seen training camp littered with guys with potential. By the way, this is the 30th camp for the team in town.
Yep.
So this team has been in town more than half of my life, more than half of your life. Isn't that crazy? First training camp was 97.
9 years of my life.
Right. First training camp was 97 at TSU, the Oilers, and then to do that. No, look, this is the time, you got the opportunity. If this guy can prove in joint practices that he can move things and he's a force, that's even better for the Titans. Much better for the Titans. So they got a really good defensive line going forward. And is that the A+ for this football team? That's fine. If you got that, you want to do that, give me that offensive line. The offensive line that can do that. I'm really worried about the offensive line.
So,
really worried.
Dr. Crane, when you say he's got a similar stature to Jeffrey Simmons, are you talking about like height and weight?
Yes, sir, I am. And also, when you look at his tape, he's not the size of Tavondre Sweat. He's more versatile on the defensive line to where he can move laterally quicker. I think that's a huge plus when you get rid of a guy like Tavondre Sweat.
Well, Marshall's listed at 6'2", Simmons is 6'4". I mean, 2 inches is kind of a big deal. Right,
yeah,
Joe?
But oh boy, but then again, when you get to the football aspect of it, I mean, it's about being explosive off the ball. And again, when you're playing that interior defensive line role, your eyeballs are on the center in his hand, and if he moves that ball, you're getting a great jump. And that's why I think going back to OTAs and stuff that's been posted online about this Titans defensive line, they did a lot of reactionary, practicing around, the jump of the ball. I think that's a key emphasis that needs to be, put on the forefront.
Looking at him now, I mean, he had a nice career. It's just wonder why guys slip that far down. Like when Simmons came out of Mississippi State, when they drafted him in 19, I'm like, oh, this is good. I mean, that guy, because you knew how good he was at State. He played in the SEC, dominated in the SEC. I know he had a knee injury. He rebounded from that, was good. So if this guy could come in and offer that depth, Nick, which every team needs depth so desperately, this guy could come in and get it done. It's good. By the way, he graduated with a degree in kinesiology from Baylor. You know how hard that class is to do that?
No idea.
I had one semester middle, and I was like, don't ask me anything. I barely passed. So smart dude too, man.
And also too, when you can do this, but like when the Titans mentioned that they would potentially take some of the snaps away from Jeffrey Simmons, lower that snap count, I think this is another reason why you look at Robert Saleh and say, this is why we bring you in, because you have that rotation. It's a healthy rotation. My only issue now is that you've spent a lot of money on Cordell Flott and Alontae Taylor. You spent a lot of, resources to build the depth of the interior defensive line. You just now have to emphasize making sure you get pressure on the quarterback, because if you don't get that pressure on the quarterback that you're hoping for, the back end of your defense is going to have some leaky opportunities for that, opposing offense to just take the top off the defense.
Well, it's a good point. And plus, you got to spend money, right? I mean, you don't get this money back. You got to spend money. And so if you're going to rebuild something, rebuild the defense, rebuild the defensive line, rebuild the secondary. I got no problem in spending money because everybody's spending money. So if they feel they got good guys in there on defense to do this, let it be your bell cow. When you play the Jets, let the Jets know after the first quarter that they don't want to be there. Like, we're getting the hell beat out of us. And then let it be a kind of example to the rest of the league. And that's how a good team that's how a team who's trying to be good rebuilds the fast track is with the defense. That was the question earlier. It's like, do you want a pedestrian offense or a badass defense, or do you want a badass offense and a pedestrian defense? Give me the defense. Because when Jeffrey Simmons blows through the offensive line and puts a quarterback on his bottom, the team loves that, right? They love that. Good. 80-yard touchdown pass is great, but then you're thinking, oh, great, can we hold him? Can we stop him when they come back on the field? But when you get that defense, is going to physically beat you down, mentally beat you down. I love it, man. I think that's what Robert Saleh is bringing to this football team.
There's something else, another quote that I saw that I love. Joe Dubin is going to absolutely love it.
Get it.
You will hear that coming up next from Robert Saleh. Next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Robert, for the guys who are on the bubble in this camp, I know it varies per position and player, but what is the biggest thing under your coaching philosophy that you feel like could make or break it for those guys on the bubble?
It's always special teams. They should be living in Bones' office, doing everything they can to find a role. If you know you're not going to get one of those starting spots, you've got to be a dominant special teams player. And it's got to show not just in practice, but it's got to show in the preseason games. It's got to show in the scrimmages that we'll have versus other teams. So they'll get every opportunity. All these guys are going to get every opportunity they can to make this 53-man roster. And for guys who, like you said, they're on the bubble, special teams is going to be your ticket.
That was Robert Saleh earlier today, chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Continuing here from All Season Sports Grill, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway in White House. Come by and say hello. I love that because I think special teams is vastly important. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a known. I mean, that's good. If you're second, third team, make the team. That's how you run down the field on the punt team, be on the kickoff team, do all the things extra to make the. He's right. He probably doesn't have to tell the guys what this means to do to get to the team, to make the team. And he's just emphasizing a point together. Like if I'm Restrepo, I sit in that office. I'm that guy that's in that office. If I am too deep, I am sitting in that office every time. What can I do? How can I do it? That's like being a long snapper, figuring things out. I mean, do the opportunity. Opportunities are there. I love this quote. Opportunities always show up, but they're usually disguised as hard work. Therefore, people don't want to do it. This is hard work. This is also an opportunity. We talk about opportunity. Chris Sanders talks about opportunities all the time. It's exactly what this is. So, yeah, I mean, guys should know that.
Well, and you bring up long snapping. They have a long snapper. You only carry one long snapper. But I'm sure there is a guy somewhere that is quietly working on that in case Morgan Cox gets hurt.
Sure. You got it. I mean, right?
And to me, like if it's down between two guys and they're going to both play special teams and one can long snap in a pinch, I mean, that might give him the edge.
Yeah, they're not going to carry two long snappers.
No.
But, for the longest time, who the backup long snapper was for the Oilers Titans? Bruce Matthews.
Yeah. I know
because, they're not going to carry somebody else. He's going to be the guy to get out there and do that. All these opportunities are there to happen. So there's a few positions that are guaranteed. Cam, Simmons. I mean, there's spots that are, those guys are going to be the number ones. But there's other opportunities to get in there and make things. Like, who's the other safety besides Amani Hooker? Flott?
No, he's a corner.
Corner?
No, it's the kid out of Penn State.
Kevin Winston?
Kevin Winston. Okay.
You also have Kendall Brooks as well.
Yeah.
And Tony Adams.
I mean, that's not etched in stone that Winston's going to be the guy.
Sure.
So you compete and push guys. It's the same mantra at camp every year, man. Just push guys, see what you can do, make an impression. And, Chris says it every Friday. You get the opportunity, man. Give everything you can. Don't complain about the opportunities you're not getting. Take advantage of the opportunities you are getting.
There's a guy I've never heard of that's on the roster that's probably not going to make the team, but I wish he would just based on his name. And his name is Bishop Fitzgerald. He's a safety. That just seems like a badass football name.
Dr. Crane, you know him, Bishop Fitzgerald?
I do not. He's not a part of the Catholic community unless I don't know. I'll have to double check.
But he could be if you guys – he's from USC too. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
What does he play? Safety? Okay. Bishop Fitzgerald. All right.
He's no Bishop Sankey, but –
and he's no Bishop Cantor. What was the fake high school football team that played?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Bishop Sycamore.
Bishop Sycamore. Yeah. Is there Netflix on that?
Yeah, I think they had 32-year-olds playing on their offense.
And they made it on ESPN, too, which is one of the greatest things of all time.
Bishops.
And they got crushed that day on ESPN. Bishop Fitzgerald. Yeah, we need. You know what we need to do, Chase? I like this. We need to all kind of grab one of these guys and ride their coattails through camp. So Bishop Fitzgerald it is.
Our camp darlings.
So he was at where was he before USC?
NC State.
NC State.
Now, did you look that up just now, or did you know that?
I kind of looked it up pretty quick.
Okay, that's fine.
He went
All
to
right.
high school at Garfield High School. It was a public high school. Also,
They serve a lot of lasagna there.
And maybe they're also called the School of Champions, founded in 1953,
Nice.
Prince William County. There you go.
So he played NC State versus Tennessee, and he had an interception and returned it for 29 yards back in the 24 season when Tennessee
Nico? Was that him and Nico?
Yeah, yep. When they smacked him. So he's not bad. This guy's not bad. You asked last year USC, played in 10 games, 5 interceptions, returned 1 for a touchdown.
If this guy makes the team, like we're all in.
Yep. Yeah, why not? Bishop Fitzgerald. DB, the last Titans DB from USC. Hey, guys.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing today? You good?
Yeah, Coach.
Coach Fisher,
Yeah.
right? He's all about this guy of USC making the team. All right, Bishop Fitzgerald, we're sending you good, positive vibes.
Who's the last, any position, like, prominent USC player the Titans have had?
Lindell White?
Who?
Adoree
Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. 2017.
And then Lindell.
Bruce Matthews.
Yeah.
I feel like we're leaving another USC
I feel like
guy.
we are too. Like there's another.
Going down the list here. No quarterbacks. Well, Sam
Jarrell
Darnold.
Casey.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Jarrell Casey.
Jarrell Casey.
That's a
There
good
we
one.
go. That's one. Yeah, I love Jarrell Casey, man. I like Jarrell Casey because his pants were always falling down. He'd tackle you and you see half of his butt.
It's like Ricky.
But he was in the backfield. Jarrell Casey was in the backfield all the time. He's I don't want to get in the whole Ring of Honor stuff, but he needs to be mentioned in that class.
No, I brought him up one day for the Ring of Honor, and you told me no.
Not now. I mean, give it some time.
Yeah.
Let it be away. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't
But
saying
just
tomorrow.
mentioned
Okay.
in that. Not put it up there. Just mentioned in that.
Now I'm flushed. Were you doing the player show when he told the Coach O story? Remember that his rookie year?
No.
It was he was doing like the player show. It was him and McCourty, and they would alternate. And I think it was Darren asked him about playing for Ed Orgeron, and he told a story about Coach O coming into the room and ripping his shirt off and then yelling the F word.
Coach O had a birthday yesterday. How old is he?
I'm going to say 63.
65.
Okay.
Can't stand him. I cannot stand. Y'all all love Ed Orgeron.
I just think he's funny.
The fact when Kiffin left Tennessee, he spent all night on the phone to tell recruits not to go to class.
Yeah.
If you go to class, you're stuck there. You're stuck in Knoxville. I'm like, dude, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not an Ed Orgeron fan. Haven't been. Nothing.
Was there a rule that said you couldn't do that?
Once you go to class, you can't leave.
Well, I know, but was there a rule that said he couldn't call them and say they couldn't go?
No, he could. But it's really low class.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
It's low class. Take whatever you want, ladies.
Ed Orgeron's built like a T-square, just real big and buff up top and nothing down low.
I'm not a fan. And if you love him, think he's funny and great, all that, whatever. But the fact that he did that just really, really bugged me.
615-737-1025. Clay has weighed in on the Titans. Clay, what's up?
Boys, I now know that y'all are real pranksters.
How's that?
The Nerve Center on Friday, I had no idea that was the studio.
We got that. Because you said we were going to be at the Nerve Center, so
Right.
he was looking up a place called the Nerve Center.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I caught that on Thursday. I'm like, I don't think you know.
Clay, please tell me you did not go to Vanderbilt.
No, I just was looking for some place called the Nerve Center on West End.
Okay. All right. You're kind of like me with Sanford. Sanford's like, never mention you went to school here. You got it.
By the way, I'm not going to talk about Mario more.
Yeah, please don't.
You've already done that.
Joe, if you had me name now that y'all mentioned Bishop Fitzgerald, I've never heard of the guy. Did he play at Fairfield or something? So if you put me to the test and asked me if I could name 5 Titans, I guess I could name him since you mentioned his name. Does that count?
Yeah, it does. But before Chase mentioned it, I'd never heard of him. The guy's an undrafted free agent. NFL's littered with guys like that. So, but now we're on this guy's bandwagon now.
Dr. Crane has requested donuts, so there will be a day with donuts this week.
Awesome.
Make it Friday. We're back in studio Friday.
Hey, by the way, Derek Mason and I were boys, and I'm thinking about stopping by there tonight. Would it be okay?
Absolutely be okay. And here's part of why it's okay. I would like for you to buy me chicken tenders.
No problem.
Got it.
Thank you, Clay.
See you, boys.
Good stuff there.
Oh, great stuff.
We will have more coming from White House, Tennessee. Not the White House. White House, Tennessee. We'll have more coming up. Thank you. Coming up next, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Titans training camp has begun, and we're going to keep you in the know with the latest updates and player interviews as they get ready for the season. It's all presented by Tennessee Brewworks, Parman Energy, and the Music City kickoff game. Chase and Big Joe with you on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game live at All Season Sports Grill up here in White House, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway, White House, Tennessee. Come by and say hi. I know you've seen this, Joe, that these college football teams are adding the jersey patch, and they're getting a lot of money for the jersey patch. I saw J.P. Morgan, I think it's paying, $17 million to Ohio State?
Yeah, right.
The Chase logo. SoFi is paying up to $20 million a year to Notre Dame for their jersey patch. I mean, this is where it's going.
It is.
NASCAR has been doing it for years. Now the other sports are getting in on it.
Well, I mean, you got to make revenue, you got to pay and all that, but there at some point there's got to be a cap to all of this. There's just got to be. And I mean, Ohio State, $17 million a year jersey patch deal. I mean, just think about that. And then the Notre Dame one that comes after that is just the Ohio State one's one of the biggest non-apparel corporate deals in college sports history. I mean, it's just fascinating what's happening here. And Vandy got one, the Smyrna Ready Mix, the patch there, which is great. Look, I don't blame these teams at all for adding things to what they're doing, and it's about we got to pay people. But at what point does it become the NFL?
I mean,
right? I mean, I
think it's already there.
But I'm going to root for. I mean, if your team's getting that, I'm going to root for. I don't know, Nebraska to when they beat Ohio State. I mean, now you're going to root for teams to beat them, and a lot of extra pressure put on that. I just, man, good for them though. Get all the money, do what you can, and then see what you can do. I mean, I don't blame him for hopping on the Ohio State bandwagon. It's a good team. Won national championship 2 years ago. All that good stuff. But I don't you want to see, like, I know Dr. Crane's with us, but would you like to see Mississippi State take on Oklahoma State in the national championship? Would that just piss everybody off?
Sure.
I'd love to see something like that. I mean, when's the last I guess Indiana, the most non-random team to make it all the way would be that. And then you saw the way Kurt Cignetti worked the portal and redid the whole football team, and that's the blueprint now. What Kurt Cignetti did in 2025 at Indiana is the blueprint for colleges, for the Power 4 schools to do to get it done.
All right. I'm curious. You got me thinking here. So Indiana is probably, I mean, yes, they're the most. Is random the right word? Or
it is.
Yeah.
They had the most losses in college football history.
Yeah. Okay. What about before that?
Let me see. Random. Let me go back in my mind here. LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Auburn. I'm just throwing teams that have made it all the way there. Alabama, Oklahoma, Virginia Tech in 99.
Florida State won in 90.
I'm just saying teams that got there.
Oh, got there?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
So, but yeah, winning, that's different. I mean,
this will get some people wound up. Where do you put Tennessee? I don't consider them random.
Top 10 program.
But they're not.
Wins,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, they're not. They have what, 5? They claim 5 or how many?
Alabama claims 30, so that'd be 5. That's a great. So Nebraska in the 90s. I'm trying to go back. FSU in 93. I mean, FSU before that was, Miami was pretty awful until they won it in 83. But we're going way back, man, before 80% of our audience was even born. Boston, like BYU in 84. They won the national championship. Trevor Maddich was on that team.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But they beat a 6-6 Michigan team.
What about What about Nebraska in 94? I know they ended up winning, I think, 3 total.
Nebraska was so great in the 60s and 70s, though.
Right. Washington, 91.
Washington's one, yeah. Washington is one you'd put up there. That was a good team.
So this says Miami and Washington both have claims to
in 91.
Yeah.
So one won the AP and one won, I guess, the UPI or the USA Today poll. So that was a split.
Colorado in 90.
Colorado's a good one. That's
And Georgia Tech, I guess.
You know who the offensive coordinator was at Colorado in 1990?
I do not.
Jerry DiNardo.
Oh, really? Okay.
He did not coach the national championship game because he took the Vandy job. But Colorado's a great one.
Bob Ross was the coach at Georgia Tech, so when he wasn't painting, he was coaching football.
Bobby Ross went on to lead the Chargers to the Super Bowl in 94. And then he coached the Lions for a little bit. Bobby Ross is a hell of a coach.
Yeah. See, this is fun going back and. Show me on this
West
list.
Virginia.
Okay.
Major Harris, pre-Pat McAfee.
Yep.
That was a good team. They were Notre Dame beat the snot out of them in the Fiesta Bowl. But
So you said BYU in 84.
84. But teams that got there. I mean, the championships are great, but teams that got there as well.
What about Clemson in 81?
Yep, that's a good one.
I mean, you could argue they weren't really anything until Dabo got them there.
That's right.
Wait, Tommy Bowden had some good teams.
Who did?
Tommy Bowden.
He did. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
Do all that. But the Fridge was on that team in 81 with Clemson.
Yeah.
It was a good team that won the national. But the random teams, it's just really, that's why I root for those teams. I root for Kentucky playing, I don't know, Baylor in the national. That would be great. That'd piss off so many people for all this because we're going to get the usual. I bet if you could pick 8 of the 12 teams to make the college football playoff, you could sit there. I bet you could pick 10 of them right now.
Probably. There's another one that, well, maybe you agree, maybe you don't. What about 76 Pittsburgh, John Majors?
Yeah.
I was talking to Aaron's stepdad who played at Georgia. You know, that Georgia lost to Pittsburgh that year for the championship.
Tony Dorsett. I mean, that's a good team. I mean, that's
Was that
one.
before Marino?
Yes. Yep. And then Marino and them were pretty good until he was drafted in 83. But
And Majors left for Tennessee that year, right?
Went back home, baby.
Yeah.
1977, first year up in Knoxville.
Replaced Battle? Was it Bill Battle?
Maybe. I don't know. It all gets those early 70 coaches in Knoxville. Doug Dickey left, went to Florida. Maybe it was Battle. Battle was young when he was in Knoxville.
Yeah. Bill Battle. Chaser.
Did he pass away? Bill Battle? I think he did. Did he go to Alabama, be the AD at Alabama?
Yeah, he died in 2024.
Did he hire Saban?
I think so. I think that's
that
right.
up.
Yeah, Doug Dickey was before him. I left Tennessee and went to Florida. And he just retired a few years ago.
Imagine a coach leaving now like that. It's like Kiffin leaving Ole Miss to go to LSU. I mean, that's how pretty bad it was to have a coach leave and go down to Florida to one of your rivals.
You know, you said it's hard to name all the Tennessee coaches in the 70s. They only had 2.
Oh, did they?
Bill Battle and Johnny Majors.
Let's see here. He did not hire Saban.
I thought he did.
He was only there 4 years.
So who hired? Oh, no. It was when you say his name, I think we've had him on. I can't. When you say it, I'll know. I'll be like, oh yeah.
It's not Greg Byrne, is it?
No. It was Mal Moore.
Mal Moore.
Yep.
That's who it was. Is Mal Moore still with us, Chase?
That I don't know.
Let's look it up. Mal Moore is not with us.
Okay.
Mal Moore passed away 13 years ago.
Okay.
He hired him.
It's just crazy when you look at this list of Tennessee coaches. You know, you had the early days. You get to General Neyland. He's there until 1952. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in between him and Majors. You go from Majors to Fulmer and then the Brady bunch after that.
I mean, there's
Lane Kiffin, Derek Dooley, Jim Chaney is an interim, Butch Jones, Brady Hoke is interim, Jeremy Pruitt, Josh Heupel.
Don't call them interims. They're head coaches because they qualify for the on the list as being a head coach at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Boy, what a bad run for the Vols for those years, man. That just Fulmer, just the 08 season was a disaster with him.
So let's play a what if.
God.
I got a what if game for you. What if they don't fire him in 08? What if they hang on a little bit longer? I think we all agree it was probably time.
Yeah.
But knowing what we know now, what if they had hung on a little bit longer?
I think it would have been another year of what happened in 08. I think Fulmer got lazy. I really do.
Because wasn't it like 07 they lost to LSU in
That's
the SEC championship game?
LSU won the national championship in 07.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, and they were ahead in that game, and Eric Ainge threw a pick six, and LSU won. But I think that was it Mike Hamilton, who's passed away.
Yep.
I think there was a lot of pressure from boosters to get rid of Fulmer. A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Muschamp was mentioned at that time to be the head coach in Knoxville. Texas made him their coach in waiting. That was a chaotic time. Not as chaotic as the what's the one guy, the coach at Rutgers?
Oh, Schiano.
Schiano, yeah. God, I can't think of his name. That was, but the Fulmer, I think it was time that, like, all right, this because they had high expectations in 08, and they just weren't good.
They lost to Wyoming.
They
don't lose to Wyoming, he may not get fired.
I think they fired it. They announced before.
Oh, was that before?
I think before, like
I thought that was earlier.
Not coming back.
Who did they lose to earlier in the year?
They lost to UCLA out there on the coast.
Yeah.
In 2008, I think it was.
I thought there was another one.
Third in the season that year, and then went straight to you know what after that.
So they went 5-7. They lost to UCLA. They beat UAB. Then lost to Florida, Auburn. Beat Northern Illinois, lost to Georgia, beat Mississippi State, lost to Bama, South Carolina, and then Wyoming, and then beat Vanderbilt and Kentucky.
Yeah, it was. And the recruiting had gone down a little bit for all that, and then it was just wasn't good. Wasn't a good year for them. It happens, but that season was really, really, really bad.
Yeah. 615-737-1025. We'll have more coming here on Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game. Yo, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day so far. All right, so most people are agreeing with you. Chad said they fire him in 2009 instead.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it was a bad season. I just think they thought time had run out, and it had run out for Fulmer, and he moved on. It's just that I think Mike Hamilton fell in love with Lane Kiffin in the professional sense.
Yeah.
Here's this guy, the up and coming guy. He's fired by the Raiders, but now he's still got all this potential. And
do you blame him in the moment, like at the time before we knew what we knew?
Mike Hamilton?
Yeah,
not at all. I think it was time.
I think right. I'm asking about Kiffin specifically.
Oh, I would have hired him. You've got to have some sort of connection.
So who could he have theoretically gotten at that point?
Well, Muschamp was mentioned. Was it the Air Force coach Calhoun mentioned it too? Was it Gundy mentioned? I mean, there was all these coaches that played off of that.
Gundy's always mentioned.
And so he's a free agent now.
Saban was already at Alabama.
All at Alabama. So it was Fulmer was,
was
been
Kirby's
full-time.
name starting to come up yet? Or was
Not at all.
He was still.
Yeah. Yeah, because Herbie to take over Georgia till 16 and become a DC right after all that happened.
Who was Saban's first DC?
At LSU or at
Alabama?
I don't remember. Was it? Oh gosh,
Jimbo was at Florida State.
Gosh, I don't remember who it was. But that was the whole thing. You got enamored by all those. And Dooley, I think Hamilton thought by hiring Dooley in 10, like, oh, we got Saban Jr. No, do all that. And there's got to be some sort of. You're seeing it now, right, with Belichick dropping into the college sport. I know Kiffin was at USC in 05, but there's got to be some
Kevin
sort
Steele?
of tie-in.
Oh, that's right. Kevin Steele was there.
Right, some sort of tie-in with what you're doing. And there was not one there with Kiffin at the time. I think they thought he was the brash, upcoming hot coach. And I'm telling you, had Kiffin stayed in Knoxville, it might have been death penalty-esque for UT.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, the violations were happening left and right. All that was happening. So it was a bad. I mean, and, I don't fault them for hiring because they hired Dooley late January. And, you had to get somebody in there. You had signing day happening in a week and a half back then. So I don't fault all that went on because Kiffin left him in a pinch. And that's why when everybody's like, when Pruitt left and Heupel was there, like, oh, bring Kiffin back to Knoxville. He left your program in shambles, and you guys wanted him back. It always blew my mind that Tennessee fans wanted him back just because how he left Knoxville, basically in the middle of the night, all that went on. And no, I'll give me Heupel over Kiffin, man. At least I know where you stand with Heupel. Kiffin, now we kind of go into what's happening in 26. I like LSU. I like the fan base. I love the tradition. I want to see him go in 12 because I can't stand Kiffin. That's terrible. I hate to be that way.
That game's going to be, when is that?
19th. But listen.
Of November?
Which game?
At Tennessee.
Oh, I'm talking about the Ole Miss game. Oh, yeah. It's in November. It's the second to last game in November. If Clemson can go into death and LSU's Death Valley and beat them opening game, this could be a really bad year for Lane Kiffin.
I don't think they're going to, but they need to. Because, look, that's the other thing. I think the shine – I like Dabo, but I think Dabo tried to hold on to the old ways way too long, and it's put him behind. And, they're just not what they used to be. He had them as a perennial contender. They're not that anymore. He has had some talent there, but he basically was hell bent on not playing the portal and NIL and all that stuff
right
to begin, and then he kind of got forced into it. Well, now he's too far behind, and so if they don't go in, I know he's got 2 national championships, but if they don't have a better season, I think he could be forced out.
I don't think he's gone. They love Dabo. Ask Clemson fan. They love Dabo. Now, you'll find one or two who are like, I don't understand about it.
But, at what point are you going to accept mediocrity, which is where you're at right now? And I know, but I thought Klubnik wasn't bad. And Who's their quarterback? I don't even know who their quarterback is now.
So, I mean, Dabo, 2 national titles, 9 ACC championships, recent 22 and 24. I know Tennessee beat them in the Orange Bowl in 22. But, I mean, and I get he's trying to be – and if it makes out his way about not playing in the portal and he believing in his guys, you talk about throwing a wrench at a lot of things. That's it. But it seems like teams get better because of the portal, and he's been willing not to do the portal talk and all that. But I just don't think he's brought them a lot of success, man. I mean, who's better? I mean, I just don't know. That's the question I get. Y'all like, hype will get. This is the year hype on the hot seat. Who are you going to get? Tell me, who are you going to get? What hot coach you going to get?
You're going to go, like, if you run him out, let's say they win 8 games this year, you run him out, you're going to be in a post-Fulmer Kiffin. You're going to end up with a Derek Dooley, with somebody like that again.
Our man, Dr.
Butch
Crane,
Jones.
And your Jeff Levy at Mississippi State was the hot OC, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and he's having a tough time, but I think Jeff Levy's a good coach. He's in a bad situation. Give him time to figure things out and let him go for it. I
think there are a lot of guys that are good coaches, but are they good head coaches?
We're so quick to pull the trigger on all these people.
I know. I agree. I mean, I think go back to the old days where a guy should get 5 years. Give him a full recruiting class, but you can't do that anymore in the NIL era.
I think now it's 3 years, but it might be after the second year, like, all right, we know this isn't going to work. And I blame the AD for all that stuff. But I think Jeff Levy's a hell of a coach.
I blame the state of college football for that, because you're supposed to rebuild a roster every year.
Now you are.
Including, recruiting your own players. That's why, like, if I'm somebody like, the coach, and I'm at Eastern Kentucky that, was a good program and good solid tradition, but doesn't have the big expectations that, one of the Power Four has, like, I'm good.
Right.
I mean, I know he's got his own things he's got to deal with, but not to the level that some of the other places he's coached.
I mean, that's the thing. Imagine you're sitting there and you got a pretty good one team had a great player, and they finished spring ball, and then another Power Four team came in and said, we're taking your left tackle. We're going to pay him $2 million. So what does the group of 5 coach do?
He's screwed.
Yeah, good luck. See, that's how the game starts. Next, there we go.
That's why it was such a good move to make one transfer portal. So you can't do that after spring practice.
Amen. Because you work all the time putting Chase McCabe at tight end in spring practice, feeling good about him, and like, oh, okay, what? Michigan State wants him? Oh, well, there he goes. Yeah. Now the guy that was behind you didn't get the many reps that he needed, so he's done. But that is how they've created college football now. That's why I just want games to start and games to play. And I think I told Dr. Crane this last week, or maybe it was you. Now my thing is like, oh, look at Lance Mackey at San Diego State. What are they paying that guy? He's a good DB. He can give them to Knoxville. How much is this guy worth? And I hate doing that. Hell, I do that with movies and IMDb. Don't you?
Yeah.
Like, hey, what movie was this guy in? Then you're 5 minutes deep into IMDb on some actor you've never heard of his bio because he was in some film you remember from 1991.
That's how we got into the Gary Cole discussion that he's in like every movie.
Yeah, right? He is in every single movie.
It's like, oh, yeah, that's that guy.
God, you tweeted, you said that night. I'm like, let's check out Gary Cole. And you're good. I mean, their movies are like, he's in the Brady Bunch movie. Yep. He's the bad guy in that. He just kept going on, and he's Ricky Bobby's dad.
Yep.
He's
in Office Space.
Office Space. Isn't he in your NCI now or CSI or something like that?
NCIS.
He's on an episode of Miami Vice. I mean, he's in every show that's probably ever been around. Gary Cole's in those movies.
Coming up next, our own Parker Kelly going to join us. He was at the Titans press conference today. He'll tell us a little bit more about that. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos back at the studio. We have been having fun here at All Season Sports Grill in White House, Tennessee, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway here in White House. We've had some giveaways, people showing up, subscribing to the YouTube page, which is great at 102.5 The Game. And we've even had somebody that just moved to our area from Denver who discovered us. So if you're new to the area, thank you. Hang with us and talk some sports and life and all those things.
Everything involved in that.
Yeah. Let's go now and talk to Parker Kelly, who's over at the Titans facility today. And Parker, I have to say, you were off the hook because we were all looking to you to continue Joe's legacy and ask the question, but the great Teresa Walker took care of it for you, so you didn't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, guys, it felt only right that Teresa was the one to ask the question because today I found out that she was retiring after 30-plus years in the industry, and we all know that she's one of the best. So it felt only right, but yes, I was let off the hook.
Yeah. What was kind of your biggest takeaway? We've talked about this. We played some clips, but you were there in the room. You could read the body language, read the eyes. What was your biggest takeaway from the presser today?
So I'll start with what Borgonzi said to Teresa Walker's question. He was very honest about the state of the Titans right now that, hey, they still have a far ways to go before they're competing at the top tier of the NFL, which was honestly kind of refreshing to hear that honesty because I know you guys are like myself that you appreciate honesty and authenticity from the front office, from the coaches, and from what Robert Saleh had to say that this is going to be one of the more challenging training camps for these guys on the roster. It's also kind of refreshing to hear that too, given how the last 2 years have gone under Callahan and whatever you want to make of last year and what that was with the whole daycare and all that. But it was good to hear that from Saleh today.
I love some of the quotes about, he feels like he's a better coach from year one. Everybody's concerned of, are you going to get the Jets, Robert Saleh? I love the quotes about being loud as bleep by the end of training camp. He certainly, Parker, has a persona about him that feels like a football coach, even maybe more so at times than Vrabel. He just feels like a guy that, you played for coaches that are going to get in your grill and push you. He says this is going to be one of the tougher training camps these guys have gone through. If all that works, I feel like the Titans truly do have their guy.
I was very encouraged because he's at least showing the second time around that he's attempting to learn from what went wrong in New York. And there was a question brought up, I forget who asked it. It's very rare that guys get the opportunity to be a head coach in general in the NFL, but it's even more rare that you get a second shot at it. And for Saleh, this is his chance to get it right. So what I love is, he brought up Daboll. He brought up Shea Tierney, the quarterback's coach, how he's entrusting them with 100% of Cam Ward's development. And what I love about that is, as a head coach, we heard, at SEC Media Days last week, John Summerall, a guy in Florida, was talking about how he, as the head coach, does not want to be the smartest guy in the room. He wants his assistants to constantly challenge him, not in a bad way, but in a healthy way, so they can get every last drop of the sponge and maximize their potential. So what Saleh's trying to do is he's bringing in a former head coach in Daboll, who was with New York last year, to develop Cam Ward and his assistant Shea Tierney. Both of those guys have worked with Josh Allen. Josh Allen struggled with a lot of the same things that Cam Ward has struggled with early on in the NFL. So now he's trusting them to get Ward right.
Talking to Parker Kelly, the official 102.5 The Game Titans reporter. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it, Parker?
I don't know about official. I'm still, Connor and I guess we can tag team the word official.
Yeah, it's both of you.
That's both
You're
of you. You're one of you. Way to go.
We don't need just one. We need two.
That's right, Parker. We're proud of you, Parker, and your growth here at 102.5 The Game. Hey, Parker, be honest. Would you have asked the question to Borgonzi if this team could win the Super Bowl? Would you have done it given the chance?
I will say I did get a text from Chase before the press conference. So I feel like there was a little bit of added pressure. So if Teresa did not ask the question, I would have worked up the courage to do so, yes.
All right, good. I'm proud of you. That's the first step here. Here's my thing. I tell all young reporters and interns, don't be afraid to ask questions because you regret all the ones you don't ask, right?
Yep.
I'll just ask every question. So I'm proud of you, Parker, if you would have done that today. Hey, listen, there's a quote here, and I want to get your thoughts about this. Borgonzi was asked about the offensive line. He said he feels good about the offensive line. Can you confirm if his nose was growing during that answer?
Oh, yes. I did see it grow a little bit because, to be honest, and I'm just being 100% truthful here, I'm not buying that. And I know Jake and I have talked a lot on Next Man Up. There are 4 question marks along the offensive line. The only thing you feel confident in is Peter Skronsky at left guard. We know what Dan Moore is by this point. J.C. Latham is the only Titans player that's going to be on the PUP to start training camp, and he's missing out on valuable reps. Like, he needs to be out there. I think it's a mild concern right now, but as days continue to stack where he's not out there, that concern meter is going to grow. And then we have no idea who's going to start at right guard or center. We have a pretty good idea that it's going to be Slotman and Olsen. But to be honest, I don't trust that that's going to work because Slotman didn't start at center last year in New York, and he's one of Daboll's guys. So if we get to hear from Daboll soon, I am going to ask him about the offensive line because I just feel like that's going to limit the playbook if you have 4 question marks along the offensive line.
I agree. And look, on a football team, the one unit that takes longest to come together is the offensive line. I mean, there are 5 guys that got to know, like when I played, I knew, at guard, I knew what the tackle needed. I knew where the center needed to do. You all need to know what everybody else is going to do and their strengths and weaknesses. And I think, Parker, right now, they don't know. And this could be frustrating because now you're not going to have Cam Ward do a 7-step drop back because the time he plants that foot to throw the ball, there's somebody already back there against him. So I think we might see a quicker 3-step, some 5-step getting the ball out. And I don't think that's how Brian Daboll wants to run that offense.
Yeah, that's something I've talked about with Jake. There are a lot of option routes in this offense. Everything is kind of within that 5 to 7 yard range. So that's going to benefit Cam Ward if the offensive line is not going to be good, which none of us think it will be at this point in time. So getting the ball out quick is going to be something that he'll have to do, and that's very conducive for him. But what happens when you have to do play action? What happens when you have to take deep shots down the field? Heck, what happens when you have to run the football? You can't run the football if there are 4 questions along the offensive line. But I'm so confused as to – because I know Mike Borgonzi is a smart guy. We've heard him in press conferences. We heard him today. I'm very confused as to why he didn't bring in a veteran center. There weren't many options to begin with, but there were definitely some. And you didn't have to go out and get a Tyler Linderbaum, but there were guys like Cade Mays out there who I believe I think he was with the Lions last year. Or no, he's with the Lions now, was with the Panthers last year. But there were guys out there that they could have got. And they could have brought back Kevin Zeitler. There's still time to do so, so we'll have to see what happens. I'm just confused as to why they didn't make those moves.
Well, Borgonzi came from the Chiefs, so he knew how vital it was to protect a quarterback because they had a pretty decent offensive line, at least, when Mahomes got there, when they won the Super Bowls and everything. So I just don't understand all this. And look, y'all all went gaga when Carnell Tate's catching the one-handed pass at camp because Cam Ward's got all day to throw the ball. Now, I want to see this joint practice when Cam Ward drops back the pass and the Niners are beating him back in the pocket. And that's what I want to see, right? You don't have all day to throw those balls down the field and get it done. That's why this offensive line is so critical. And I'm with you, man. It should have been – I get the D-line's a priority. I get that. But you could have added 1 or 2 more pieces to the offensive line. And if you're going to tell me that Dan Moore Jr. is improved – I don't believe it. He was terrible last year. There's nothing's going to show me he's better this year.
Well, I want to go back to the Carnell Tate thing first, because if we're going to have this conversation with Cam Ward about how he's missing all these deep balls and, it's only June, well, we have to have a similar conversation with Carnell Tate. He was making those one-handed catches. I was actually on the sideline when it happened. But all due respect to Carnell Tate, I think he's going to be a great player. He wasn't wearing shoulder pads. So his arm movement was not restricted at all, and it was almost routes on air. So I could go out right now and make a one-handed catch and, ooh and ah. But it's one thing when you're doing routes on air versus another thing when you get pads on. But to go back to what you were saying about the offensive line as well, I think with this rotation that Saleh runs, it's proven to work. It worked in New York. it worked both stints in San Francisco. It's not like he just pulled this out of thin air, right? He
Right.
pulled this from other coaches that he's worked with, and it's proven to work at 3 separate stops. So I think it's going to work. But what happens in training camp when the defensive line is continually eating the lunch of the offensive line? That's when everyone's eyebrows are going to raise.
Good point.
How much? I think I saw a quote that it kind of related to this, but will they be paying attention to some of these camp battles, specifically on the offensive line, for when they can potentially grab guys off waivers or when the camp cuts come?
Yeah, I think that they're going to make a couple of moves. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know what the philosophy is going to be, because Borgonzi was asked about that today, and he mainly talked about his philosophy with drafting first-round receivers. But I'm interested to see what moves they make. You know, the position group that we're all looking at is that offensive line. Kevin Zeitler is still out there, who was with you last year. I'm interested to see if they make that move. It would come, a week or so after training camp. But to be honest, with the way Mike Borgonzi likes to keep things close to the vest, none of us really know what his philosophy is going to be. But I do expect a couple of moves to be made.
Parker, great job. Looking forward to the work that you and Connor Newt are going to do together this year, covering the Titans and talking about it on the air and on our YouTube page and all of that.
Yeah.
So we're
Parker, how's the air raid going? Your little podcast, whatever your YouTube show.
So we're actually going live again tonight. Big Ten Media Days are happening in Chicago, which, by the way, guys, I don't know if I should feel slighted because I was in Chicago last week. And when I leave, that's when they decide to go up there for Big Ten Media Days. So it seems like I missed the boat on that.
Well, not only that, but the Big Ten commissioner is running his mouth saying how the SEC is never going to be any good anymore and the Big Ten's a dominant conference. It's just kind of like a shot across the bow at the SEC, and Brett Bielema was like, this isn't 2005 anymore. Well, 2005, Texas won the national championship. So I don't know what that big dumb galoot's talking about, but I like this little battle. I don't know if it's fake or real between the Big Ten and the SEC that's happening. I'm not sure if the Big Ten commissioner and Sankey get along. Who knows what's happening right now, but the Big Ten is in no position to run their mouth.
Well, if you know anything about Brett Bielema, that should not surprise you, considering how he went at it with Shane Beamer a couple of years ago after the end of the Cheez-It Bowl. So I just have some thoughts on Greg Sankey and Tony Batiti. I'll address those tonight, so make sure to tune in.
Well, do that. Real quick before you go, Bielema's talking about how it was great to beat Tennessee in the Music City Bowl. Chase and I were there. The whole time we're commenting, had Tennessee had their full complement of players who didn't sit out, Tennessee wins that game by 3 touchdowns. Illinois barely won that football game with a bunch of backups from Tennessee. So the fact he's beating his chest, they won the Music City Bowl, I mean, he needs to be quiet about that, because if all things would be considered, and Chase, we talked about this quite a bit, Tennessee wins that game going away. It's just crazy. Bielema's putting that on his mantle about that's my achievement of beating Tennessee, beating South Carolina in 24, and I beat Tennessee in 25. I'm like, okay, that's great. Whatever. Now move on.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I may be 24 years old, but I'm also old enough to remember when the term meaningless bowl game wasn't a thing. So when you think Illinois and Tennessee, I was at the Music City Bowl too, so I saw all of that go down. I put more stock in the regular season. What happens when Oklahoma plays Michigan? What happens when Texas plays Ohio State? I put way more meaning on what happens in the regular season, because nobody's thinking about a meaningless bowl game. All sides are at full strength. In the bowl game, you have more people opting out than ever before. So when someone tries to come at me trying to argue, well, the Big Ten is better than the SEC because Illinois beat Tennessee in the bowl game, I don't even pay any attention to it. What happened in the regular season, and that tells me all I need to know.
Parker, great stuff, my man. We will talk to you soon, and check out the air raid on our YouTube channel tonight at 6.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
There you go. Parker Kelly joining us here on the program. We'll react to some of that. Coming up next, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, hanging out with you on this Tuesday. And we're here at, we've been having fun. Joe's made all sorts of friends at All Seasons Sports Grill, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway, White House, Tennessee. Now, Dante's been around here. He's got a White House Heritage hat on.
It's pretty cool looking.
Which looks cool. I've seen an East Robertson basketball jersey hanging in here. There's some good athletes from this area.
So I was told we're in Sumner County.
Okay, this is Sumner County. All right.
And the line is like outside the parking lot, about 50 feet up that
So
way.
we're right on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I was like, where are we? Like, you're in Sumner County, but right up the road is Roberts County. This White House area is grown up and blown up so much. It's crazy. It's one of my favorite places to cover high school football because they play in the park. The stadium, it's like in a bowl. You go down and it's the park. It's a lot of fun. It's crowded. It's when White House and Portland play high school football, if you gave me a list of top 10 games you'll see high school football every year, it's that game. Whether it's here or in Portland where the train comes right behind the stadium, this rivalry here, White House and Portland, is one of the best in Middle Tennessee. So this area is great up here. White House Heritage is right across the interstate. They're the Patriots.
Yep.
And so it's this is great. It's a great area up here. And like all of Middle Tennessee, it's just grown up so much. So many people moving into the area. And it's great. By the way, I shaved this morning. I have a hair the side of my face that's like a foot long. Like, how do I miss that?
I know. It happens. Happens to all of us.
It does,
Yeah.
right? Do it. By the way, I was watching Beverly Hills Cop last night, the movie.
Great movie.
And all I could think about is Nick Barris said, "You're one of the cops. You look like not Taggart or Rosewood. Like, I guess it's Taggart in the movie."
Which one was Judge Reinhold?
Either Taggart or Rosewood. I don't remember. But Nick Barris was like, "You look like the guy from Beverly Hills Cop." I'm like, "No, he doesn't." Then I'm watching the movie list. I'm like, "That's Chase." That
By the way,
looks like you.
Speaking of, I'm just gonna tease this a little bit. You ran into somebody.
Our good friend Rory Johnston.
Okay, you're going to throw. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to get Rory on the show soon.
We're going to get Rory on the show. He doesn't know it, but Rory's a big fan, and he likes our
Rory is like legend status now.
He's got a goatee now. Have you seen
Yeah.
that? He's got a
Looks
goatee. So, it looks good on him. I mean, so it's different because forever, he did not have a goatee, but I used to kid him. Like, he used to wear so much makeup.
Yeah.
I'm like, he looked like a very cute pumpkin. He had so much makeup on. But no, I ran into him Saturday night. It was good to talk to him, and he loves our off the rail conversations.
Well, those are every day.
And he's a big fan of
celebrity birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays
coming your way here in just a little bit.
We had Derek Mason stepped in yesterday for celebrity birthdays.
Oh, did he have fun with it?
Yeah, he had fun with it.
Nice.
He's like, this game's a lot harder than you think it is. I was like, yeah, it is, man. Because you think you know and you don't know. It's fun.
Now you know. We started the show off with our question of the day, which is
who's the greatest athlete that went to your high school? Not that you had to play with them, but somebody that went to your high school that could have been there 10, 20 years earlier than you. We had a lot of responses earlier. For me, I think Charles Davis was the greatest McGavick athlete. He played in the NBA, won a state championship with McGavick, played at Vanderbilt. Really good. Yours was?
I went the girls basketball route. I said Derica Wyatt. She played basketball for FRA and I think won a state title, and then went to Oklahoma.
Nice. Dr. Crane, yours was Jim Miller, fullback in Father Ryan in the mid-'80s.
There you go. Yeah, Lou Graham. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this name, Pat Simpson. He's in the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. This is a wrestling coach that, I mean, he is the reason why I continued playing football after, my freshman year. I was contemplating different situations, but this is a coach that invests in players. Talking about a guy like Nick Saban that invests in his players. Pat Simpson is the epitome of that. He invests in the young youth and understands that these guys need a platform. These guys need a direction in life. He shapes young men into grown human beings, and I just appreciate him for that. So Pat Simpson's on that list.
Well, I think, it's a generational thing, but I think Mike Wright was a Ryan quarterback in the 70s. That's Ingle Martin's father-in-law. Some say he's the greatest athlete, one of the greatest athletes ever that played in Nashville.
I got another one. John Pierce.
With the basketball guy?
Yeah, he was the men's basketball coach at FRA after I left for a long time. Now I think he's at Nashville Christian, but To my knowledge, I believe he still holds the college basketball record, not NCAA, but all of college basketball for most points scored. Was in the NAIA, played at Lipscomb. What was his coach's name?
Don Meyer.
Don Meyer. Yeah. So John Pierce. I mean,
he was. Let's see, who's one of those
heck of a
players?
basketball player.
I'm looking at that because I think you are correct on that. Caitlin Clark holds the all-time NCAA Division I, but this is for all of basketball. But I think you are correct on that. I don't need Division
Pete Maravich is NCAA, right?
He is. I think he only played 3 seasons too, man.
Yeah.
I'll have to look this up.
I think he was NAIA.
Yeah, if you put in who scored the most points in college basketball history, it defaults to Division I.
Yeah.
So who knows? But yeah, there's been some good one. EJ Jr., we had one earlier from Maplewood that played at Alabama. Bill Wade, who played at NBA a long time ago, number 1 draft choice of the LA Rams, and won a world title with the Bears, which is basically a Super Bowl
Played
back in the 60s.
Vanderbilt, right?
He did.
Yep.
So the guy was a movie star looks. I mean, he had everything that was that you would consider.
Tommy says Quentin Patton played with him at Laverne High, best athlete I've ever played with or against, was drafted by the 49ers.
Yeah, went to Louisiana Tech, had a hell of a career, then went to the Niners, and he was great at Louisiana Tech, but had a nice little stint there with the NFL.
0960, Johnny Darden played at Springfield High and UT, I think it was in the 70s.
That's right. Johnny Darden, point guard. That's right. Johnny Darden. That's a great one, man. Surprised Chip Walters didn't say Fred Jenkins from Columbia. Call in. He was a good one in Knoxville.
Let's see. See if I find
Keith
some
Davis,
others.
Overton High School.
Amazing.
Good one, yeah.
Amazing athlete. But if Overton, you got to default to somebody else, though, right?
Yeah, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. We talked earlier, that was last week, about how he's mentioned as one of the greatest baseball players of all time, which is really, when you hear about that now, because usually the guy's got to retire and you think about that, but I mean, you're talking about Mookie Betts in the Ken Griffey Jr. conversation, man, which is great.
Yeah, give him the front row seat to that. He was incredible. I mean, his dad, Mr. Willie, just cooking burgers just nonchalantly while there's like 8 or 9 scouts behind home plate. It was a spectacle to watch.
7410 says Robert Allen Dickey.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's funny. People are like, then he went on to Vanderbilt and played. Like, no. R.A. Dickey went to Tennessee.
Went to Tennessee.
Yeah, right. So that's R.A. Dickey was so good.
He wanted to go to Vanderbilt.
I think so, and I think our friend Greg Pogue knows more about the story, all that happened on this.
I think a few of our friends know a lot about this story, from what I understand.
But him and Todd Helton were on the same team in Knoxville, man.
Here's a good one. 2758 says Bell, West Virginia, DuPont High School, Randy Moss.
Yeah. Did you go to, if he went to high school with him?
I guess.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That is
Sean Malone from Antioch.
Great running back. Really good.
Well, I told you that my junior year, I think it was, we scrimmaged over at JP2, and coach told me to scout number 3, and it was Golden Tate. That was
it's like when your scouting report was like when the comic book episode when Bart Milhouse and Martin are all fighting for the comic book, and it's storming, and then Marge is like, Homer, check on the boys. He's like,
they're fine.
They're fine. Yeah. You're like, he's good. How good? Well, he's good. He's really good.
He's fast.
Gosh.
I mean, they ran like the first play. They did like, I can't remember if it was 11 on 11 or 7 on 7, but the first play they ran was just like a little toss sweep to him, and he torched everybody. There was no catching him.
It's unbelievable.
70 yards down the field.
You knew then he was like, this guy's NFL bound, and he was.
Scott in Waverly says Austin Bates, Todd Mulholland played at Vandy from Waverly.
Those are Willie's buddies. Yeah, they're pretty good. Back in the day. Yep.
Very nice. We'll take more of these. 615-737-1025. Chasing Big Joe here on a Tuesday. We'll tell you more of why we're at All Season Sports Grill and how you can check this place out. We'll do that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. We have had a blast being out in White House at All Season Sports Grill. Again, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway here in White House. Game day or any day, make the call and head right here to All Season Sports Grill in White House. The food is excellent. The drinks are cold.
Oh, man.
They got all the games on the big screens. And our man Dante is here now. He's been taking care of us today and had us here. Dante, thanks so much. This is awesome.
Thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming through. This is probably one of the first times we've done this in White House, Tennessee. So I'm glad that I could participate in you being the first and coming out. Great show, guys.
How long have you been here?
Coming up in March, it'll be 3 years. So
Okay.
we're still new to the game, but we appreciate it. You know, this love and this community has been awesome.
I just love there's a place up here that, like when I'd come up for a game or something, I'd stop at McDonald's. But with my son, they played Heritage. I'd come over here and
Yes,
eat.
sir.
So it's a good spot. I mean, spots like this are needed in places like White House.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Homegrown local business. You don't have to stop and get that fast food. Come here, you get that food fast, and it's going to be fresh for you.
Yeah, are you guys home to any like fan clubs or football teams or watch parties, or does everybody just show up?
Well, everybody really shows up, but we are community partners with almost all the high schools in town. We go as far as Liberty Creek, but White House High, White House Heritage, they're like homegrown, and we support, and they support us as well.
Nice.
So Friday night after a game, I mean, this is the place to be, right?
Absolutely.
Or before a game, too.
Oh, yeah. Friday night, we call that the game nights. We even have a game night menu for the students and the players to come out, you know, not too expensive for them. And we actually stay up open late for them as well after those home games.
See, if I was a coach, this would be the spot to come in after a game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just kind of relax, maybe
Yes, sir.
talk to my assistants, whatever, have a pop, you know.
And they do it all the time, man. Coach Murray, he was a gentleman that just left over here. He's the head coach at White House Heritage, and they show us love.
Oh, that's very cool. Now, are you from here?
I'm not, man. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I came down to Tennessee in 1999. You know, been in the restaurant industry since I was 17, and got a great opportunity to open up All Seasons.
So what you do is what I think all good GMs do. You visit customers at tables.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how many restaurants you go to, and the GM just sits in there.
As a manager, is make sure your guests are great, you know, without a problem having to occur. Meet them at the table first.
So how long have you been in White House?
I've been in White House about 2 years, as long as All Seasons have been up. Yeah.
So you've probably seen this community grow just in that time.
Absolutely.
Because we were commenting when we got here. I mean,
it's grown,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, because I'm from Nashville. He's from Nashville.
Wow.
And it's an easy drive from Nashville to get up here.
It is.
And
Good
just
scenic view,
blown
too.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Well, everybody wants to be a Cheers.
Right.
Tell me why this
Absolutely.
place is a Cheers.
Man, I usually watch Cheers. I'm not that old, but yeah, because everybody that comes here, they're truly a friend, you know, and if you're not a friend, you're going to become one. Food to me is always secondary, but it's always about that experience people get. Like you said, you could gather here for meetings, or you could meet with your partners for some drinks and watch the ball game, you know. So our community loves it, and we love our community.
I had the salmon for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to try this at a sports bar. It's fantastic.
Yes, sir. We truly believe in fresh quality product from our fish, fresh fish, hand-cut ribeyes, quarter-pound beef burgers mixed with brisket, short rib.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Keep
got to
going.
have quality. There you go.
Keep
Quality creates demand.
I love it. All right, so we're going to invite you. Our question of the day is, you're from Cleveland.
I am from Cleveland.
Who's the greatest athlete that went to your high school?
The greatest athlete that went to Cleveland.
What
John
high
F.
school is
Kennedy.
it?
John F. Kennedy High School.
Okay.
Ooh, I would probably say Philip Wheaton.
Okay. Who's he?
He's a football player. He actually has a Charge Fitness right now up in Cleveland, Ohio. Super cool dude. Yeah, he's one of the best athletes.
Football, basketball?
He was a football player.
Football player.
Yes,
is
sir.
St. Ignatius up there?
St. Ignatius is up there.
Yeah, that's where, like,
that's a big boy school.
Desmond,
right?
Did Desmond Howard go
Desmond
there?
Howard.
Yeah.
Desmond Howard and the Fighting Saints. You know, we used to have a little Pop Warner team with Desmond Howard affiliated with it, yes.
Elvis Gerback, I think, some up there, some boys.
He knows way too much.
Look, this guy,
he got the names.
He's all about sports.
I love college football. Yeah.
I was actually up in Cleveland a month ago for the first time. Went up there for a Guardians game. And then, saw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Terminal Tower downtown, the Flats, all of that.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever freeze your tail off at Old Municipal Stadium?
Oh yeah. We went to some of those Browns games up there. You can freeze your tail off any day of the week in Cleveland, Ohio, though. I mean, it gets cold, brutally cold.
Did you want LeBron to come back?
You know what?
Or are you done with him?
It doesn't matter. He's up there, you know. So he's played his part and he's earned his money. He did a great job winning the championship for Cleveland at one time. So he can do what he wants.
All right. Besides LeBron, name your favorite Cleveland Cavalier basketball player.
Ugh.
You can say Brad Daugherty. That's okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
You can say Mark Price. That's okay.
I would say Mark Price. I'm hanging with Mark Price.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that point guard was unbelievable.
I met him one time years ago, and I was shocked how short he was, and how I'm like, this guy. People don't know how good he was in the NBA.
He could play today.
Crazy
and tear him up, Fundamental basketball.
Yeah. Dante, thank you, Bubba. Yeah, it's been
thank
fun.
y'all so much, man. We appreciate it. Y'all welcome back anytime, okay?
Give them a follow on Instagram at All Season Sports Grill. That is their Instagram handle. And thank you, Dante. We
appreciate that, man. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Come see him up here in White House, 532 Raymond Hirsch Parkway in White House, Tennessee. We will come back with What Day Is It? And celebrity birthdays. We will do that next. Chasing Big Joe, 105 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. All season sports grill is where we have been here in White House. Appreciate them for having us. Nick and Joe will be out and about tomorrow at Social Cantina across from First Horizon Park. And then we're at the Omni on Thursday. So we are out and about this week there, JoJo.
Yeah, I like it. Well, on the move, man. Can't pin us down anywhere.
No, we love that. We love being out. And if you want us out at your business, together at cromwellmedia.com. Ask for Lance. He'll help you.
Ask for Lance, indeed.
He will get it done. And Sean and Christy. And
Our friend
Jeff
Greg
and
Pogue
Nicola.
has weighed in about favorite athlete from your high school. Greg's athlete is David Vaughn. I didn't know Greg went to Pearl Cone or Pearl High. Greg, I didn't know you were a Pearl High graduate. Lord, listen to the question, man.
We love Greg. We love Greg.
He's a great guy.
I saw Poggy this morning. So it was good to see Poggy
Nice.
live and in living color. We'll be in Clarksville on Sunday as the Nashville Cats are in the semifinals, and they are taking on Michigan.
Yes.
And so we will have that game on 102.5 The Game. We're excited
Love
about
it, man.
Coach Fisher going to join us from Omni on Thursday, so we'll have a lot of football flavor coming up. But with that, let's talk about what day is it? Celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, we have Buffalo Soldiers Day, National Milk Chocolate Day, National Soccer Day. Okay, pretty cool. National Nature Conservation Day, National Water Park Day, and, you could wrap it up with a wonderful National Hamburger Day. You could probably eat that at All Seasons Sports Grill. That'd be pretty delicious.
Yeah.
One more.
true.
Sorry, there's one more. World Hepatitis Day. Go get checked, folks.
Thank you, Dr. Crane.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. That's
Could you not just leave it at Hamburger
the public
Day?
service announcement by one Dr. Crane.
How many How many hamburger days do we have?
I don't know. Just today. That's all I know.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within 2 years of their actual age. Chase, welcome back. You'll go first. How old is former NBA player, Senator from New Jersey, Bill Bradley?
72.
77.
83 years old. Okay. Dr. Crane, how old is Marty Brenneman? Is he the guy that made the slur?
No, that's his Tom Brenneman. Marty's
okay.
The dad.
How old is Marty Brenneman, Dr. Crane?
79.
The legendary voice of the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to say 84.
84 exactly.
So Marty took over the Reds broadcast booth from whom?
I'm going to say probably Niles Lofgren.
That is not correct.
I don't know.
Al Michaels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
All right, Chaser, how old is former NBA coach? Michael Jordan had him fired from the Bulls. Doug Collins.
74.
78.
75. Chasers up 3-0. Dr. Crane, how old is your favorite guy? Dana White.
Oh, Dana White, president of the UFC. He is 52.
Dana White. You said what? 52?
Yes.
55.
57. Chase up 4-0. Chase, how old is Garth Snow?
Who is Garth Snow?
Played in the NHL.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 71.
70.
57. Dr. Crane, how old's Manu Ginobili?
58.
Manu Ginobili is 48.
49. Chase up 5-0. Chase, how old is D'Amico Ryans? He's the head coach of the Houston Texans. His boss is Nick Caserio.
That is correct. We love Nick Caserio.
They did it wrong.
He is 46.
Sounds like this guy can do no wrong. 44.
42. You're on the roll,
Nice.
Dr. Crane. Dr. Crane, how old is Zach Parise, hockey player?
Played for the New Jersey Devils for a little bit, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Zach
time.
Parise is 44.
42.
42 exactly. Chase up 7-1. Chase, how old is Sally Struthers from All in the Family, Sally Struthers.
73.
77.
79. Dr. Crane's on the board. It's now 7-2. Dr. Crane, how old is Lori Laughlin? She was the mom on Full House and went to jail for college fraud application.
Yeah, 59.
That's a good guess. 61.
62. Chase is up 8-2. Chase, how old is Jim Davis? He created the comic strip Garfield. Remember, you used to sit on my lap. We'd watch Garfield when you were a kid.
That was good. 87.
Pause. Let's see.
Garfield has paws. You're right.
It has. Let's go with 81.
He's 81 exactly.
Nice.
We got a game now, folks. It's now 8-4. Here we go, lightning round. Dr. Crane, how old is former CBS News anchor who just got fired, Scott Pelley?
66.
70.
69. Chase is up
Nice.
9-4. Chase, how old is singer Afro Man?
48.
57.
52. Dr. Crane, how old is actor John David Washington? That's Denzel's son.
Ooh, okay. 31.
33.
42. Last one, Chasers, if you can break 10. How old is rapper Soulja Boy? Soulja?
Yeah.
Soulja
Boy.
Soulja Boy.
Come
on, buddy.
He is 39.
Crank that, Joe. Crank that Soldier Boy. Let's go 38.
36, and that's the end. Chase wins 9-5 on his way back.
Working 9
to 5, man.
No pads tomorrow. What do you want day one of practice?
Everybody to make their conditioning drill.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody make their conditioning. Everybody makes it, goes forward. That's the next step. Jeff Simmons is going to make it. Everybody makes their conditioning drill, hits the field. Everybody's 0-0. It's an attitude. Get out there and get better.
I want this team to have some attitude, obviously not over the line attitude.
Right.
I think that's been missing. It's there at least at the podium with the head coach. We'll see what it's like on the sideline. But I'm excited, and maybe I'm like a lot of Titans fans that are probably too excited, but
it's all right.
It's the start of a new year, and I think we all just want to see this team be better. I'm not asking for worst to first,
I am.
run the
Why not?
table, win the Super Bowl,
Let's go.
but just show me that you're better.
Let's do it. And, the preseason is going to come by fast. Next thing we know, the Jets are in town with that first game. And so that's your focus is the Jets. Just get better every day in these joint practices with the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Bears. Get better. See what you can do. And then you got the team. And when you take that break in Labor Day weekend and come back after that, then let's go get it done. I'm excited. Robert Saleh is the head coach of this Tennessee Titans football team. He's brought this discipline and vigor to the team, which I love. And I think this is going to be a good year. I really do.
That is going to do it for us here today. Thank you to All Season Sports Grill for having us.
Hey, as we do every show to our guys out there, I'm going to tell you every day to go to therapy. Go to therapy. To the men who've reached out in the last few weeks, we've doubled down on a therapy message. Who've told me this is pretty cool. It's great. And I told you yesterday, if you have a friend, I had somebody tell me and said, man, if I go to therapy, all my friends will laugh at me. Get new friends. Go to therapy. Ask God for opportunities. Know how beautiful you are, how wonderful you are. Please know that the blueprint to success that God has given you, it's you. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. We love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, guys, please know how much God truly loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD coming your way next. 102.5 The Game.